Well, hey there, Doug Bernard back with you. Tanned, rested, and ready. Well, okay, not so tan. And rested, and let's just stop while we're ahead, okay? Well, we swing into gear today with a first, namely Secretary of State Hillary Clinton's first official trip abroad. And there she is, greeting well-wishers on her way into a Tokyo shrine. And in fact, much of her trip to Japan aimed at wishing and building better relations with the government of Prime Minister Taro Aso. Secretary Clinton also taking a moment to stop by the shrine and pick up a little blessing. Very nice. She and her team later meeting with Japanese Foreign Minister Hirofumi Nakasone, topping the agenda, the global financial blahs, and the continuing challenge of North Korea.
The possible missile launch that North Korea is talking about would be very unhelpful in moving our relationship forward.
Speaking of moving forward, the two also inking a deal to increase military cooperation and lessen tensions between the two nations. Later, Mrs. Clinton meeting both with Prime Minister Aso and opposition leader Ichiro Ozawa should Mr. Aso's government fall. Did somebody say fall? Japan's finance minister, Shoichi Nakagawa, resigning in disgrace on Tuesday. The reason? Allegations that he was drunk at this weekend's G7 economic gathering in Rome. Video clearly showing Mr. Nakagawa a little droopy at this news conference. Oh boy. The problem, says Mr. Nakagawa, not too much wine, but cough syrup. Well, either way, his resignation coming at a bad time for the unpopular Aso government as Japan's markets continue their slide down. Well, like I said, I've been out for a week. So, by now there's a whole bucket of stories that my colleagues, wisely, decided to pass on. And something tells me you know me better than that, however. But we're not just going to throw weird stuff at you, higgledy-piggledy. Heck no. Our theme today, it's not weird, it's culture. Item number one, taking us to that site of antiquity, the Acropolis atop Athens. And what looks like lost extras from the film Quest for Fire. Except they're not extras, and they're not really lost. Well, physically, at least. They're all part of Swiss artist David's latest artwork, Art Marathon. Now, this may seem all very random, but wait for it. Ta-da! It's Pope Benedict XVI. And with just a very quick flip to the other side, the artists themselves become President Obama. Just as long as no one gets an itch, I guess. Well, from the hills of Athens to the streets of Budapest, Hungary now. And someone's sure proud of his haircut. Well, actually, this is the annual Buso, or Procession of the Buso Men. And points to you if you guess that the guys with the huge masks would be the Buso Men. More than 600 of them parading through downtown. And, you'll be shocked to know that no one really knows how this whole thing got started hundreds of years ago. I, for one, don't want to know. Anyway, Hungarians hoping the Buso will be added to the UN's list of, quote, intangible cultural heritage. So remember, like we said, it's not weird, it's culture. Well, we began with the first, so why not end with one? Well, a potential one at least. And so we're off to the tiny New Zealand burg of Tekapo and what's above it. Now, Tekapo is a tiny spot of only about 320 residents on the South Island, making it the perfect place to be the first to apply to UNESCO's World Heritage Committee as the world's first, quote, starlight reserve. Now, while Tekapo remains small and very dark at night, as you can tell, the locals are given a rare gift.
It's an overwhelmingly positive reaction. People just said, well, you can really see this many stars? And I said, well, yes, certainly. This is what the sky is meant to look like. And we're very privileged to actually be able to share that with people.
Well, if approved by the UN later this year, Tekapo would become the Earth's first and only star park. And hopefully not the last one. And so to help our UNESCO friends, we thought we'd just provide this little look at what they'll be voting on. Well, it's got my vote. Well, that is your download. Thanks so much for dropping by. We'll see you again real soon.